And my hope is that since the women can come together, Scrap and Chaotic can do the same too.
You know what your problem is?
I ain't got no problem, man.
See, now you stepping out of your lane once again, so I might have to smack that ass. You know, you're done. Don't call me. I'm like T.I. What you saying, A.T.I.? I don't want to kick it with y'all. I don't want to skate with y'all. I don't want to do nothing. Sit down with soon. I got a record I'm about to drop today that I already pre-recorded because I knew you was gonna come up, fumble up on some bullshit. And when this record
Going like trying to troll, acting like, you know what I'm saying? You so G'd up, like that was a G'd up movie, bro. You playing on TV. What you doing is, right, you allowing this whole TV thing. The reason I don't respond back gangster y'all is because I'm not trying to allow this TV stuff to really turn into something. You know what I'm saying? You threw a drink at me.
The anxiety in the dimly illuminated room was palpable. Despite Scrappy's history as a hothead who lost his temper easily and was hard to talk sense into his head, something felt different today. With a rushing mind, he paced back and forth. His mind was a jumble of disbelief and rage, and the words kept repeating like a broken record. The secret that Bambi and Khaotic share is hidden from everyone under his. Months of no's, the clues were small, almost indiscernible, a long-distance look, a murmur too faint to be noticed. But now that he knew, everything made sense. Scrappy had sensed something was up, but the truth was always a surprise. Scrappy felt the sharp dagger of betrayal in his gut, and the strain in his chest made it difficult for him to breathe. Khaotic, who was standing a few feet away from where they had been, caught his attention. He had known Bambi since he was a young boy, had shielded her, and had always considered her a sister. Now, however, they were involved in a secretive and chaotic relationship that Scrappy couldn't understand. Even though they were like brothers, sharing everything and putting their lives in each other's hands, they had battled with him, laughed with him, enjoyed wins, and suffered defeats. Watched out for Bambi, made sure she was safe, and tried to shield her from the mayhem that surrounded them all. But now the person he had trusted the most had broken his trust in the most terrible way he could think of. He could sense the anger swelling within him as his hands were clenched into fists. As his anger rose like an uncontrollable storm, his vision got fuzzy, and he wanted to shout and scream to make them feel the same way he did. Weight of the treachery, but something stopped him. A single devastating realization that Khaotic had concealed the truth behind his back and laughed in his face despite knowing all along about his love for Bambi. Scrappy's low-pitched and menacing words, barely audible above a whisper, expressed the intensity of his rage. You kept it from me, but why? There was no remorse or apology when his eyes met those of pandemonium, only. Scrappy sensed that the man who had been his brother and comrade was now a traitor and a stranger, and that his fury was consuming him and corrupting his thoughts. He answered, "You never asked," with an enigmatic shrug. The words, "That's all it took," he said calmly. What little patience Scrappy had left snapped with a look of frustration, and he rushed forward, slamming his fist into the side of Khaotic's jaw. The room echoed with the sound of the touch, and Scrappy's blood began to boil. The fact that he was betrayed and hurt was what mattered, and he couldn't care less. Now he needed retaliating. Scrappy's rage was so blinding and overwhelming that he didn't hear her. Bambi hurried forward, her face a mix of astonishment and dread. After standing in the doorway, Scrappy stopped, she pleaded nervously. When their eyes locked, Khaotic stumbled back and wiped the blood off his lip with the back of his hand. He no longer had the will to fight, not the fight Scrappy was looking for, just the cold knowledge that the man he had referred to as his brother was gone, and that the woman he had previously defended was now standing on the other side. Scrappy screamed, his voice breaking, and you both knew it, but you didn't tell me. Instead of answering, Khaotic stayed, and Bambi stayed. She looked at Pain but said nothing. Everything disappeared the moment she spoke. even though Scrappy hoped she would say something, anything, to explain why she had chosen chaos over him and why she had done this to him. After all of Bambi's turmoil, anger, and treachery, there was nothing left except an agonizing vacuum. Though Scrappy's thoughts were too clouded by his emotions to be logical, one thing was clear as he stood there panting and his heart racing. His trust in Bambi was shattered, and his connection to Chaos IC was broken. Never again would he be the same. As a reminder that sometimes the ones you love the most can hurt you in unexpected ways, Scrappy felt the weight of the irreparable betrayal weighing hard on his chest in the silence that followed.
He the one who called me out my name, disrespecting me, talking gangster. I never talked gangster. I never threatened him. I don't play no victim. I just don't do all that fake gangster talking and all that there. You came at me talking gangster. First of all, if I say anything slick or say anything crazy out my mouth, I got the right to anyway.
I probably went too hard or something, took something the wrong way or something like that, you know? So I want to say, I'm sorry to Khaotic, you know?
We're getting somewhere.
Not. Cause I can give a Cause let me tell you something. When a motherfucker over me and he feel like I'm not a good person, I feel the same way he got. So we on the same page.
No, but he does not feel that way.
He just said it. He said, hey, if you feel like I'm not a good person in your life, then you need to stay like that, and I'm gonna stand on that. And we gonna stand on it.
No!
Let's stand on it.
No!
We gonna stand on it.
No, he does not. Stop. He did not say that.
What I said was, if you feel like I'm a bad person to you, then
Okay, but this is not about that right now. This is about you. How do you feel about him?
I never said I had a problem with him.
No, this what he do. This what he do. He say something crazy, and he be like, "Oh, I ain't got no beef. I ain't got no drugs."
Khaotic always try to play a victim. He'll start some, then he want to be like, I don't want no beef, man. If you got an issue, stand on it. If not, sit down and shut up, bro.
At the end of the day, like I said, bro, it don't even really matter.
Cuz gonna try to goddamn. He want everybody to go,
oh my God.
No, because we're so grown, we can really make an assessment of our own thoughts here. I'm actually
I be watching Cuz I be like, oh.
Okay, so wait.
You know what your problem is?
I ain't got no problem, man. I'll beat your ass.
You had a million times to do it.
Wait now.
Why you wait till you get on TV to do
Why you
it?
on YouTube?
Why you
fucking my house?
You're a TV man.
You a clown.
You got the problem with me.
You a Keep talking that boy.
He's a